Just do whatever it takes to get those permits approved. Imagine your boss says that to you. The pressure is cranked all the way up. The deadline is breathing down your neck, and the company's entire expansion plan, yeah, that's riding on you.
And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What happens when whatever it takes crosses a very clear line, when all that pressure to succeed pushes you right up to the edge of an ethical cliff? So let's dive into this by meeting a guy named Raul. He's a manager for a UK company, DNR, and they've sent him to Mexico City to get their expansion off the ground. But he's hit a wall, a big one. The building permits are completely stalled, and his boss Ian is getting, let's just say, impatient. After a little talk, a government official named Pedro offers a solution. The permits can be approved, like, right away, for a price, 6,000 pesos. It's a bribe, plain and simple.
Now, Raul's situation feels pretty unique to him, I'm sure, but it's actually a classic example of the ethical minefield of global business. See, when companies operate across borders, they're not just crossing time zones. Oh no, they're trying to navigate this incredibly complex web of different cultures, values, and legal systems where the rules of the game can change in a heartbeat. And the stakes, they are absolutely enormous.
I mean, just look at the slide for a second. The scale we're talking about is staggering. Back in 2017, Walmart's revenue was bigger than the entire gross domestic product of Belgium. State Grid, a Chinese utility company, out-earned the entire country of Israel. These multinational corporations, or MNCs, wield economic power that can actually surpass entire nations. So their ethical decisions don't just affect a spreadsheet, they can literally shape economies and societies.
So why are these ethical dilemmas so common in the first place? Well, it really boils down to navigating this incredibly complex cultural maze, where what's just considered normal business in one place is a fireable or even criminal offense somewhere else. And this brings us to a key concept: cultural relativism. This is the whole idea that morality isn't some universal thing. It's specific to each culture. You know the phrase, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. And this is the exact justification Raul's boss, Ian, is using. He actually says it's our policy to respect the different cultures in which we do business. It's a pretty convenient way to defend a very questionable practice, right?
Now, the flip side of this is a really powerful unconscious bias that we all have. It's called the self-reference criterion. Basically, it's our automatic default setting to use our own cultural values and experiences as the ruler for judging everyone else. And in a global business world, that default setting can lead to some massive misunderstandings.
Okay, to see this in action, let's just look at one cultural dimension: individualism versus collectivism. In a highly individualistic culture, like the United States, where Raul was educated, individual achievement is everything. Direct confrontation can be a totally normal part of business. But in a more collectivistic culture like Mexico, there's a huge value placed on group harmony. Public disagreements? Yeah, you avoid those. And Raul is caught right in the middle of this cultural clash, trying to use one set of rules in a place that's playing a completely different game.
So this all begs the question, right? If the laws are different everywhere, the cultural norms are all over the place, and our own biases can lead us astray, how can anyone possibly navigate this ethical minefield without making a complete disaster of things? Just relying on an external map, it's not going to be enough. The answer, it turns out, is having a reliable internal guide. When the external map is confusing or just flat out contradictory, strong ethical leadership becomes your compass. That's what gives you direction. It helps you make decisions that line up with a core set of values, no matter what the external pressures are screaming at you to do. So what does this compass look like in practice? Well, let's break down the habits of strong ethical leaders. First, they have strong personal character. It's their foundation. They also have a genuine passion to do the right thing. It's like a fire inside them. They're proactive, always looking ahead to prevent issues, not just cleaning up messes after they explode. They think about all stakeholders, employees, customers, the community, not just shareholders. And this is crucial. They are visible role models. They walk the talk every single day, so others know which way to go.
Now let's contrast that with the alternative. An ethical leader weaves ethics into every single decision. An apathetic leader, they just don't care. They have zero passion for the company's mission, and they might even downplay disasters just to protect the stock price. I mean, think of Tony Hayward, the former CEO of BP. During that catastrophic Gulf oil spill, he actually complained, "I'd like my life back." Wow. That one quote perfectly captured a total failure of leadership. It's become a textbook example of exactly what not to do in a crisis.
Okay, so we've explored the problem, the cultural maze, and the solution of ethical leadership. But this isn't just a topic for CEOs and business school classes. Now, let's bring this right back home. Let's talk about your role in all of this.
Here's the most important takeaway of all. Ethical leadership is not a job title. It's not something that's just reserved for the corner office. It's a skill, and more than that, it's a responsibility for every single person in an organization. From the brand new hire all the way to the chairman of the board, every employee's decisions add up to create the company's ethical culture. You are part of that system.
Which brings us right back to you. The pressure is on. You're facing a dilemma, just like Raul. Your company's reputation, its core values, and maybe even your own career are hanging in the balance. So, what's your first move? What does your compass say?